So what do you lot think of my today's work? From the black hoodie that I was wearing originally to the Tupac rap I did to my own rap. That was one of my first written raps. You know, as you can see, spiritual mind control, that rap after you got your legs wide open. The video prior to this one, all the rest is freestyles what I made at the top of my head. And personally, the reason why I don't write no more is I'm not writing until I got a laptop and until I can get some real stuff out on the camera, so I can show my body and show my lower half and my upper half and my sexy arms, and show my female clothes when I'm wearing it and my male clothes, and I want to show both sides to my character, because I'm female and male being inside, and I can pull off both physically as well. So that's why I don't write. I gave it writing because I felt like I was trapped and I felt like I've been caged for many years now. 3 years ago I think I got demonically possessed. Make it 4 years now. I got seriously demonically possessed. Before that I was, into weight training, had a relationship with Jeff, one of the most prettiest white men I ever known in my life, good looking as hell, it's heaven, and he was like an angel to me. He took me and he introduced me to right, it hit my clit out, fucking hell, you just woke my mind up to so many levels, the orgasms I went through that night, just powerful, I was so pretty, it's just unfortunate that you guys got no videos of it, and you never will get to see it. I did have it all recorded, but my brother saw my computer with all the memory on it, and I never knew much about the internet back then. I was, very simple. I was just into weight training, running, walking, reading, like old school style, like, it's on the tip of my tongue, and the devil doesn't want me to say it, because if I said it, oh come on, what's his name, the guy who started it all off, the slave abolition, and they made the film Wilberforce, I was like Wilberforce, but I mean, he had the ships and that, no doubt, the carriages, the horses, he had his own personal doctor giving him morphine, how lucky can you get to get with that, and he was probably dipping into the doctor's brain, asking him what else he's got there for an offer, when he used to visit him at night time with his cups of tea, and his cups of morphine. I mean, I'd do anything for that when I'm famous. I mean, the angels did say, I do suffer a slight form of schizophrenia, and there was a lack of serotonin in my brain from years of drug abuse that I endured upon myself. And they just say there is one tablet that I do need for my brain for it to work correctly, but as you can see, I can perform perfectly, and this is all due to Tupacs doing, what he's put me through, the programs. He's a scientist up there. He was a scientist when he was down here. People don't realise, and even to this day, a lot of his fans don't recognise the sort of man he was. He was a very intelligent being. He was highly evolved. He was probably about five 70-year-old men in one. I would say perhaps even like 10 70-year-old men in one. And he's my father, and he's my husband, and he's my brother, he's my sister, and he's everything to me. But I like to put the emphasis more on he's my husband, because you see me in the dress, in my female clothes, you see me where I am. So basically, picture us two rolling together, and this broke man's life. Listen, I'm gonna leave it there. Mrs. Afeni Shakur, I don't mean no offense when I say that. I mean it in the most loving way possible. Your son is special to me. He came into my life when no one was there. I had no one, and all I had was him and his music. And I listened to it. When I was in jail, I didn't have a stereo. So when Thugs Mansion first come out on the radio in England, and it first come on the radio, I just jumped off my bed and I was wow. For those 6 weeks I was there, that was the only time I had fun, man, and I sung along to it, and I didn't even know the words because it was the first time I heard it, but I just sort of somehow knew the words, like he was in me, and I've always felt this infinite connection to him. When I was 17 and I first heard him, I felt God purposely kept me away from Tupac when I was 17, because if I would have listened to Tupac when I was 17, I would have become a millionaire then, because I would have gone on a heroin route, I would have took the drug dealers route, as they was offering me notes like that, bundles of it, but because they denied me Tupac, my angels, on purpose, so I could go down that road of the drug route, and be a fiend, as I was supposed to be to make it through the other side. And I was introduced to Tupac after he died, you know. I was there when the day he died. I was given a vision of him outside of a church, bleeding, just with his body, bleeding, dead. That was a vision, and I could just hear it in my third eye. The bells going ding, ding, ding. Tupac's dead body, and angel, someone for a higher order, and it was me, but in a godly form, was holding him in my arms. And so when I just listen to Tupac stories of his raps and that, it's just to see him as a beautiful cat, like Top Cat. He was Top Cat to me, the black Top Cat, with his guns on the street, witnessing murders, witnessing drive-bys, and he's just the most craziest guy I ever known. And now I know him from real life, as a spirit guide, and it's so real. I see him face to face, hold him and make me fly out of my body into the universe. There's so much more, but I'm going to leave it there, because I love you, world. I love you, all children, all men, women that are decent, don't touch kids, that are into decency, okay?